Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My last video sparked a lot of questions about what my body looks like now that I have lost 100 pounds and kept it off for several years. I was asked if I have loose skin, did I have loose skin removal surgery, do I have stretch marks, do I have scars, what did my body look like as I was losing the weight? So I'm going to be answering all of those questions today. I do have pictures of my weight loss journey, so I'll put them up on the screen now, starting with when I was 224 pounds. As I was losing weight, I would take progress pictures, and then I even got down to where I was a bit too lean, which I only did for a bikini competition. And then I, in a very healthy manner, put back on more weight so that way I am where I am now, which is like my maintenance phase where I'm comfortable and healthy. When I was first starting my weight loss journey, I would Google all the time weight loss before and after, major weight loss before and after, 100-pound weight loss before and after, and I would try to find very real pictures of what women's bodies looked like after going through such a significant weight loss, because a lot of what I was finding were these women who were big like I was, and then they would lose 80 to 100 pounds, and then their after picture was like perfection. Like they had zero stretch marks, no loose skin, they were toned, like they looked perfect. And I just felt like that probably wasn't actually the case for most people. Now, everybody's body is going to look different throughout a weight loss journey. It has to do with how much weight you're losing, what is the elasticity of your skin, your genetics, all that. But because I got so many questions about it, I figured I would share with you what my body looks like when I was losing weight and what I did about extra skin. And then here in a second, I'll stand up and show you like what my stomach looks like, what my loose skin on my arms looks like, all of that. So after I was at about 80 pounds of my weight loss, that is when I did get loose skin removal surgery. I had 6 pounds of loose skin removed from my stomach, and my stomach was the only area that I had loose skin removed. I chose to do that because that was the worst of it. I do still have loose skin on my legs and arms. I did not get surgery on my legs and arms. Maybe I will one day, but my stomach bothered me the most. There was just so much loose skin. So I decided to go ahead and get that loose skin removal. I had a terrible experience with that. I made a video on that experience specifically. I still don't regret it. It was still worth it, even though I did not have a good experience. I will link that video down below in the description if you want to watch it. But just know if you're thinking about skin removal surgery, I say it's worth it, even though I did not have a good experience. But I still think it's worth it. I would do it all over again, even if I knew I had 100% chance of having a terrible experience again. Still worth it, because what that surgery did for my confidence is just priceless. So I'll put a picture here on the screen is what I looked like the day before my skin removal surgery. You can see a lot of loose sagging skin there. I have a lot of stretch marks. That's just from getting pregnant and having a baby. And then now I have a relatively flat stomach. I don't have any loose skin on my stomach. I do have a big scar, which I'll show you in a minute, but I do still have quite a lot of loose skin on my arms and legs. And if I'm being honest, it does bother me. If I'm standing perfectly still, if I'm standing up straight perfectly still, it's not really noticeable. The second I start to move, it's noticeable. If I move my arm in a certain way, you can see it. If I start walking, it's like my legs move weird because of the loose skin, and it's just something that is there. And maybe one day I'll go through with another surgery and get that removed. Maybe I won't. But I remember thinking, well, I'm not going to lose too much weight because I don't want to have the loose skin. But the thing is, once you start losing weight and you find what works for you and you're successful at it, you're not going to stop. You're going to get as healthy as you can. And then the loose skin, you just have to decide how you want to handle that, whether you're just going to live with it and embrace it, which is totally cool, or if you're going to get surgery and have it removed. There's laser treatments to make it less intense. but I wouldn't let the fear of loose skin stop you from losing the amount of weight that you want to lose, because you can always do something about it after you're done losing the weight. Okay, so let me show you what my stomach looks like now. We'll start with the best part. So, let me back up here. I do have a lot of stretch marks. That is just from pregnancy. I don't have really any loose skin at all on my stomach. It's from the side. I have stretch marks all here on the side and on my back as well. Actually, let me move the camera because I can't really back up anymore. There we go. So yeah, lots of stretch marks, no loose skin. I do have a scar. I don't know if you can see it from there. Honestly, the scar just blends in with my stretch marks, but you can see it right here. It is. It goes from right here on my side all the way across like my bikini line to the other side. And it's really light now. For about the first 6 months, that thing was purple. Like, I thought it was just going to be an ugly scar forever. No, I was just not giving it enough time to heal. It healed, and now it's like skin color and just blends in with my stretch marks. So I do have that long scar from the skin removal surgery, which really doesn't bother me. Now, let me show you the loose skin that I have on my arms. So if I'm just standing here, you can't really tell. If I turn to the side, you can tell a little bit because it all kind of falls down here. But right here is like where you can really start to tell. There's no fat in here. It is like paper thin. I mean, like paper thin. And to be honest, it does get in the way sometimes. It gets in the way in the gym. If I'm doing any kind of like bent over rows or rear delt lifts or anything like that, as soon as I go down, I'm fine. And then when I stand up, it like all bunches right here. And depending on the day, it may or may not, let me pull this closer. It may or may not bother me. There are some days where I just feel so confident and I will wear a strapless dress or like a spaghetti strap top and totally confident, doesn't bother me at all. And then there are other days where I'm just feeling really self-conscious about it and I have to have sleeves, at least short sleeves to cover up like the loose skin in the armpit area. But there are some days where I'm like, long sleeves is all I want, because it is something that I still get insecure about. And I just wanted to be really honest about it because I know I'm not the only one. And I know that those of you who are going through a weight loss journey yourselves may encounter something like that, some random thing that you're still, for whatever reason, self-conscious about. Now, my legs are the same. On my thighs, I have just as much loose skin as I do on my arms. If I am just standing there, you can't really tell, but as soon as I start to walk, like you can tell because you can see the skin move. When I sit down, like the legs just look bigger because there's nowhere else for that skin to go other than out. I know I'm not the only one that experiences that, but that can bother me too. So again, there are some days where I'm feeling really confident and I don't mind, and I'll wear shorts or I'll wear skirts and I'm totally good. There are other days where it bothers me for some reason, so I'll opt for pants or I'll opt for like a dress or skirt that at least hits my knees. That way you can't tell. So the loose skin does still bother me, but it doesn't bother me enough to go and get that surgery right now. Not like the loose skin on my stomach bothered me. That was such a confidence crusher for me that I felt like I needed to get that done ASAP. And I'm really glad that I did it. And one of these days I might get surgery again to remove the loose skin from my arms and legs. It's just right now, some days it bothers me, some days it doesn't. So I'm just not in a place where I feel like, yes, I am ready to get that surgery. I'm just kind of living with it for now. Places where I do not have loose skin, but you may encounter loose skin just depending on how your body is built. I don't have any loose skin in my face or neck. I never really had a double chin, even though I was a pretty large individual. That's just not where my fat's stored. I don't have loose skin on my back. I don't have any loose skin on my glutes, though I do have loose skin on my thighs, which is odd. Again, it's just kind of the way my body is built. I don't have any loose skin on my forearms or calves, though I have seen people go through significant weight loss where they do have loose skin, even on those more naturally lean areas on the body, like your forearms and your calves. And I have seen people get that their face, they almost get kind of like jowls here because when they lose weight from their face too, and they just already had more skin there. And I did have a fatter face. I guess that sounds mean, but I don't know what other way to put it. I had a fatter face when I was larger. So I did lose weight in my face quite a bit, but luckily no loose skin issues here. So kind of my closing thoughts here. If you are somebody who has quite a bit of weight to lose, you have either started or are in the middle of or going to start a significant weight loss journey, don't even make the loose skin a thing. Like, if it's gonna happen, it will happen, and your primary focus should be getting your body healthy, and then you can deal with the skin. The good thing is we have things like laser treatments and surgeries that can get rid of it. Some people never get rid of it. They just leave it and they embrace it, and it's kind of like a badge of honor and reminds them of the hard work they did. And I think just depending on how you feel about it will determine what course of action you take. Another question I got was, how expensive is skin removal surgery? There's such a range because depending on where you live and what part of the body you get treated, if you only get one part of the body treated, if you get multiple parts of the body treated, I mean, skin removal surgery can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. It's such a big range depending on where you go and how much skin needs to be removed and what that process looks like, because there are some people who get their midsection skin removed, but the scar has to go all the way around their body because there's even more skin than what I had removed. It really just depends. But here's what I will say about the cost. In my opinion, it was so worth it. And at the time, I had no business spending that kind of money on an elective surgery, but it bothered me so much, that skin, that to me, the amount of confidence it gave me was priceless, and it was worth every single penny. And so I ended up just putting it on a credit card and then paying it off in big chunks for a few months. But there are other ways to go about it too. I know a lot of plastic surgeons now will have some kind of financing option. There's a company specifically that does plastic surgery loans. You can look into that. I'm not giving you any kind of advice there. I'm just saying that there are options, and that if it is something that really, really bothers you, don't feel guilty about spending the money on doing a surgery that is going to make you feel better about yourself for the rest of your life. I put in a lot of hard work to lose that weight. I made big lifestyle changes to lose that weight, and my reward for doing so was that weight loss surgery. And now I can confidently walk around in a bikini. I can confidently wear crop tops. Whereas before, even though I was a lot smaller and a lot more fit and a lot more lean, I would never wear those things because I was so insecure about the skin. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can leave them down in the comments below. I respond to every single comment, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at Zoe Carter Lux. I respond to every single DM as well. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.